Let the noise of the world fade away for just a few minutes. If you are listening to this right now and you feel like the established players in your industry are blocking you, mocking your vision, or closing every corporate door in your face, I need you to listen to me very closely. I want to take you back to a workshop in Tokyo, Japan in year 1938. There is a young, dirt-poor mechanic named Soichiro. He has spent every single dime he owns, pawned his wife's jewelry, and slept on the floor of his workshop for months to develop a unique piston ring. His goal? To sell it to the massive automotive giant Toyota. He pours his entire soul in this prototype, driving himself to the point of physical exhaustion. When he finally presents it to Toyota's engineers, they look at his design, shake their heads and laugh. They tell him his engineering is substandard, his ideas are primitive, and that he has no place in the future of manufacturing. Imagine returning to your workshop completely broke, looking at your wife who sacrificed bought you materials, holding a rejected piece of metal ring. The experts have officially labeled you a failure. Then the sky falls. World War II erupts. A bomb strikes his workshop, leveling most of it. He tries to rebuild, but an earthquake strikes the region, completely shattering the foundations of his workshop. His tools are gone, his money is gone, his country is in ruins. What do you do when both corporate giants and natural disasters conspire to wipe out your existence? Do you accept the defeat? No one on earth would have blamed if Soichiro did accept the defeat. Welcome to Not Yet, just before the breakthrough. I'm your host Senthil. This is a weekly get-together of the broken and the weary. We look at the place where the ordinary human beings chose to breathe through the trauma. Because Soichiro did not walk away from the rubble. He looked at the wreckage of his life, looked at the war-torn nation with no gasoline, and found a completely different way to move forward. To understand the grit of Soichiro, you have to understand the landscape of a defeated nation. After the war, Japan had a massive transportation crisis. There was almost no gasoline. The public transit was completely choked. Soichiro had no workshop left. But instead of mourning the plant he lost, he looked at what he had right in front of him. He had a small generator engine which he developed, and it was meant for a military radio. And he had a standard bicycle with him. He thought, what if I attach this tiny engine to this bicycle? When he built the first crude prototype, he had no money to mass produce it. He wrote a personal handwritten letter to all 18,000 bicycle shop owners across Japan. He told them about his vision to mobilize the nation. Out of 18,000 shops, only a tiny fraction responded to him with a small amount of capital. It was barely enough, but it was his foundation, it was his seed capital. Think about the psychological toll of starting over from scratch when you have already lost everything twice. Every single day, the established elite in the business world told him he was an uneducated mechanic who didn't understand macroeconomics. He faced constant shortage of raw materials, bureaucratic red tape, and absolute financial instability. But Soichiro had a philosophy. He famously said, success represents the 1% of your work, which results from the 99% of what is called as failure. He didn't see failure as an identity. He saw it as an operating expense. I want to stop right there because I want to talk to you about your business, your career, your dream. Think about Soichiro's now. His now was a pile of rubble, a broken country, and a corporate giant telling him his work wasn't good enough. How many rejections have you taken in your career lately? Did an investor pull out? Did a client fire you? Did a corporate ladder slide from under your feet? You are sitting there looking at your empty bank account or your rejected proposal, and you are letting the experts define your ceiling. But I am here to tell you, your current resource crunch is not a stop sign. It is an invitation to innovate. What is the bicycle engine in your life right now? What is a small, unglamorous asset you are ignoring because you're too busy mourning the workshop that got burned down? Stop waiting for the perfect market conditions. Own your now.
Just before the breakthrough.
With that tiny bit of capital from the bicycle shops, Soichiro launched the Super Cub motorized bicycle. It was a small, cheap, and dependable. It was exactly what a recovering nation needed. Suddenly, the mechanic who was rejected by Toyota was manufacturing the most popular two-wheeled vehicle in Japan. But he didn't stop there. He took his profits and went back to his original dream, four-wheeled automobiles. When the Japanese government tried to pass a law blocking new companies from manufacturing cars to protect the old monopolies, Soichiro openly defied the authorities. By the 1970s, when a massive global emission crisis hit the United States, American giants like Ford and General Motors claimed it was impossible to build a clean engine. Soichiro Honda's team of engineers, working out of a country that had been in ruins just decades prior, developed the CVCC engine, the first engine in the world to pass the strict US Clean Air Act without a catalytic converter. The man who was told his engineering was substandard built an empire that permanently altered global automotive landscape. When the world hears name Honda today, they think of reliable corporate engineering. But the real engine was Soichiro's spirit. It was a grit to look at the rubble and see a runway. I know you feel locked out of your industry today. I know you feel like you don't have the capital, the connections, or the pedigree to compete. But look closer. Are your ideas dead? No. Is your drive gone? No. Have you written your final balance sheet? Not yet. You are just before the breakthrough. Pick up your tools, take one more step, and until we meet next week, own your now. I'm your host Senthil. Let's take the next step together. Bye for now.
Just before the breakthrough.